Hello, Heights Church family. Pastor Justin here, and I get to be with you the beginning of week 2 of the Advent series. I don't know if you had traditions when you were a kid growing up, but one of the traditions we had in my household was we had what was called an Advent wreath, and we would do Advent calendars. This Advent wreath had 4 candles on it, and they are represented each of these concepts that we're talking about that Jesus brought based on the arrival of his, which is what Advent means. And in the center there was a white candle, and I just remember as a kid being so excited to light those candles. And maybe it was because I just loved fire, maybe it's because I love candles, or maybe it was just because I got to be a part of in my family in such a beautiful way. It was just an incredibly cool family tradition because as a young child it taught me to talk about the things that I loved about God, because we always related it to whatever concept it was. And we're in the week of peace. And I'm going to talk about peace a little bit differently than we have in the past. Really, it's about inner peace, right? The arrival of Jesus inaugurates something incredibly different, and that's peace with the Holy Spirit. See, in the Old Testament, the Holy Spirit would come upon people. Like Samson, he would go to the doors and the Holy Spirit came upon him and he would rip the doors off. Or the Holy Spirit came upon King Saul and he prophesied. Or it came upon this prophet and he would speak his words. But something changed when Jesus arrived. And really it changed when he departed. But the arrival brought the inauguration of this new season. I want to read it to you. It's out of John chapter 14, and it says this. It's verses really 26 and 27. And I love 27 because I've done a devotional on this before, but 26 says this. He says, "But the Helper, the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, he will teach you all things and bring to remembrance all that I have said to you. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you, and not as the world gives do I give to you. Let not your hearts be troubled, and neither be afraid." See, what's cool about this is the peace with the Holy Spirit isn't just an outward exterior. He's standing next to me. He actually indwells me. He takes up residence in my heart. And because of that, he then empowers me to live a holy life. He empowers me to change the desires that are just so self-absorbed inside of me. See, outside of Jesus, I am a sinner to every fiber of my core. But with Christ, I'm holy because he makes me holy. And he changes my desires. He will help me, teach me, and then remind me of everything that he's taught me in the past. Well, Heights Church, thanks for joining me this morning. Here is my challenge and my encouragement to you today. And I have a couple. For those of you with families with kids, do you have a Christmas tradition that challenges your kids to think and talk about Jesus, much like my Advent wreath? If you haven't, I encourage you, go research it and do it with your kids. It's an awesome way to celebrate this season with them. And if you don't, if you don't have kids, set that aside for a second. Or if this is my second part of the challenge for you, is how have you connected to the Holy Spirit recently? Pastor Craig has done a great job teaching us about the daily gathering of manna, the fact that Jesus was our daily bread. Well, we get daily connection with the Holy Spirit in our lives. So have you done that today? And make a plan for tomorrow. Well, thanks for joining me, Heights Church. God bless you guys. We'll see you next time.